Chain. A 6 on Your Side report you can't afford to miss tonight on Channel 6 News at 6.
Advice from me? Aren't we doing this back?
Live and local from the WC.
Inside was armed and ready. He shot and killed him. In tonight's team coverage, the very latest on the investigation. We'll also look at some of the ways people are fighting back to avoid becoming a victim. We begin now with Sean Hightower, live outside Orlando Police Headquarters. Sean?
David, police say they still have no idea who this suspect is.
We have one last weekend to bear all
Using his fingerprints. Now, they tell me this is not the
813 area code this weekend. You may have some new numbers to deal with. A new 941 area code takes effect Sunday for 13 Florida counties, including Polk, Manatee, Sarasota, and DeSoto. It won't be an overnight change, though, and if you dial the wrong code now, your call will still go through. In March, though, you'll get one of those stern recordings warning you that you have to dial the number with the correct area code or else.
Many payphones have stopped ringing because ringers have been disconnected. Incoming calls are being blocked at your expense. And as 6 on Your Side reporter Wayne Haverly discovered, at least one payphone company appears to be breaking the law.
When a payphone is your only option and you're low on change, the best bet is to dial and ask the person you're calling to call you back at the payphone. But many payphones around town have eliminated that option. Ringers are no longer ringing, and it's costing you money. As a professional home remodeler, John Alvarez spends a lot of time on the road. He relies on pagers and payphones to communicate with clients. Many of John's clients also have pagers, so he calls from payphones and leaves the payphone number.
I'm at 273-9606.
Many times, John doesn't get return calls because some payphone ringers don't ring.
It's disrupting our business. It's basically, whenever I run into a phone like this, it brings business to a standstill.
This East Orlando payphone is a good example. It's ringing here on the cell phone, but the payphone sits quiet.
Calls that aren't placed from here don't make any money, so they just took the ringers out.
The phone is operated by People's Telephone Company in Miami. A company spokesperson says ringers are taken out of some payphones at the request of business owners who say their phones are being used by drug dealers. However, the owner of this sub shop says he's never had any problem with drug dealing at this payphone, and he never made a request to have the ringer disconnected. He says that's something the phone company did on its own. State law says payphones can't block incoming calls unless petitions are filed by property owners to local law enforcement and the Public Service Commission. People's Telephone faxed a list of their phones in Florida that block incoming calls. This phone was not on the list. In fact, we called every property owner on the list. Not one filed a petition. Blocking incoming calls without permission is a violation of state law. A company spokesperson in Miami maintains petitions were filed, but he can't find the records. Now, officials with the Public Service Commission say they'll be spot-checking payphones following our story. They say if they find what we did, the payphone companies will be warned. And then, if they don't fix the ringers, they could be fined or even lose their licenses. By disconnecting ringers, payphone companies stand to make millions at your expense. So if you find a payphone that doesn't ring and there's no sign there that's warning that it doesn't ring, you can file a complaint with the Public Service Commission there in Tallahassee. Back to you.
Wayne, thanks. If you have a consumer question or problem and you need 6 on Your Side, give Wayne a call right here at 521-1269. Our phones do ring and we answer them.
Familiar